Now boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode. And we're going to be kicking off this episode of this Blackburn Rovers career mode by looking at Thomas Kaminski. 13 clean sheets in 20 matches. That is actually an unbelievable record. As I move myself out of the way here, it is mad that his average match rating though, with 13 clean sheets in 20 games, is only 7.1. As you can see, Thomas has only conceded 9 goals this season and that has led us to the top of the league. We are only top by a point, but the main goal in this one is automatic promotion. Now with the gap being 10 points between ourselves and Watford, I'm feeling pretty good. Now, before we get into a whole host of games, we're gonna end up in January in this episode. Who knows? There might be some wild transfers, there might not. I'm planning to probably just do half of January, but we'll see how far on we get. We are only a couple of games now away from the official halfway point of this season. I think we're in the quarterfinal or semi-final of the Carabao Cup. I'm pretty sure it's the quarters. I'm 50-50 on whether we play that or not. You know, the main focus just really is the league. Before we get into any games, if you're new around here, please smash that subscribe button and hit the like button if you go on to enjoy the video. The first game of the episode is going to be a 1-0 victory against Rotherham. A huge rotation in this one because we play Southampton in a couple of days' time, but the boys still managing to get the job done. Divine with the goal. Very good to see him on the score sheet. 2 days later then, and it's time to take on Southampton. We're knackered as we expected with a few of the players. Harry's Campbell now going up to 74, which is really good to see. And Southampton have kind of dropped off a little bit of recent games, so this is a really good opportunity for us to take points off them. I'm going to start Buckley. I need to get his sharpness up. Just the games are coming so thick and fast. He hasn't really had the opportunity to play a ton of games back to back, and his sharpness has been screwed. I'm actually going for our backup goalkeeper in January as well. I don't plan on doing too much business. Backup goalkeeper could be decent. I'm going to give Wharton the game today at centre-back. Now, Southampton arguably have the best squad of the 3 sides that got relegated, so I don't understand why they're doing so badly. If anything, Bournemouth probably have the worst squad of the 3 teams, and they're top of the league. I don't want to lose here today against Southampton. I'd actually be happy with a draw to keep the gap going, but the last thing I want to do is lose, because that will help give them momentum. We have to be clever about this one. We've been passing really well in recent games. I'm hoping we can do that again. As you can see now, we go to a 3 at the back with Travis sitting in this back line. If you missed the last episode, you'll have missed that. But that tactical change has actually been huge. It allows for my wing backs to overlap, and it just gives me a lot more options when we're getting bodies forward. The wingers now as well can cut in. They can sit more narrow with the overlap, which has just been perfect. Dolan and Nelson have scored a ton of goals. Nelson finds Callum Grant. Callum Grant wants to set through Dolan. They read that. I think that's Sam Byron as well. They read that perfectly. Armstrong. Not that quick, so I mean, playing Wharton today wasn't a bad shout because Armstrong isn't that quick. He's got a good turn on him, and he's got a good shot on him, but that's a great save from Kaminski. Not been too lively at the start of this one. Seem to be struggling to find our feet, which sometimes I do against the bigger sides. That is reckless. We'll get away with it. Dolan in behind to Callum Grant. I think he's on as well. He won't score it. Will Reece Nelson get the second ball? He won't. That should have been 1-0. He has to be scoring them. I do think it's more important, though, that we don't lose than that we win, if that makes sense. The biggest important thing in this should be just don't lose the game. Well in now. Buckley now. Can he find that kind of ball? He can't, because I've gone to Nelson. Wasn't really ideally what I planned, but then Buckley might be played in, and he hasn't had a goal since he come back, and he's not going to have a goal there. The sharpness probably letting him down a little bit. Can we get Wharton over here? Oh, I don't like this. I do not like this. Reggie Cannon might be in a good position. Oh, wow, that was beautiful play. I thought he might have been offside. I'm guessing Spence played him on. That's an unreal goal. You can't stop everything in the game of FIFA, and I just feel like it broke their way perfect. I mean, what a pass. I would have loved it if Reggie Cannon could have got a foot on that, but he can't. We're going to bring on Tyrese Campbell now. Can we have an impact? A goal back here could be huge. Right there, he's going to play that one over to Nelson. Nelson back across to Tyrese Campbell. Needed to be ahead of him. It was kind of behind him. Give the ball away. Oh, then Gustavo Hamer gives it straight back to them. Gustavo Hamer has not been good enough for me. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat against Southampton. The one thing we really didn't want to happen, but I've got to be honest with you, we are tired. This team is playing so many games at the minute, and it has a major impact. That's why the championship is so difficult. Games come at you thick and fast. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the job done today. There's one thing I will note, though. Gustavo Hamer just hasn't done it for me yet. I'm wondering when it's going to happen with him, but it's just not so far. And that player just disappeared. Wow. Both teams only completing 2 shots in that match as well. So it kind of just shows you how tight the game was. It could have gone either way. We are top of the league still. Bournemouth have to play their game, but it will give Southampton a little bit of ground to gain. And it also gives Norwich and Watford the opportunity to gain ground on us as well. We've got Birmingham up straight after. And I might actually play this one because I don't think we played against Birmingham. I'd like to play against everyone in my mind before we kind of left the league. I'm going to play Gustavo Hamer again today. I just need more out of him, so I need him to play to see if we can get more out of him. These games, again, have come very quickly alongside each other, so this will be the starting 11 for the Birmingham side. We've got a few tired players in there. We've had to rotate, and that was the main thing this season, make sure we have better rotation players. Although I think we definitely do have better rotation, it still makes it very difficult. Now, Tyrese Campbell was at Birmingham when we signed him. Let's see how he gets on against his old club. And then Devine. Oh, that's beautiful. Alfie Devine. Oh, that is fantastic. He's not done that often. Tyrese Campbell with the assist. But we're seeing something special here out of Alfie Devine. Sanchez in net for them. And this was just weighted perfectly from Tyrese Campbell. And I thought the defender might get the header on it. But once it lands to Devine, he leaves no chance there for the goalkeeper. We have one goal. And that is decent, but we all know it's about having two. Did Gustavo Hamer hear me complaining? Because, I mean, he's starting to show up a little bit. That was a poor pass from Devine, but Gustavo Hamer, he started to say, do you know what? He's done it again. He's just won the ball back. That's 3 times since the start of this game that Gustavo Hamer has won the football back. And Devine might find Dolan here. That's not bad. Dolan from that angle can score them. He's done it again. Tyrese Dolan makes it 2-0. We're only 13 minutes in. Some finish this as well. How he manages to get that in. The keeper will probably be frustrated, but he drives it with so much power. Good ball in. Devine being involved in both of the goals at the minute then. But we must say, as Gustavo Hamer collects the ball once again, that Gustavo Hamer is the reason that this game is even us leading. He's been unbelievable. Reece Nelson now. Oh, if I spotted that ball across, might actually get this one across to Devine. Oh, and then I try and back heel it out wide. I mean, we're playing some lovely football at the start. Now, Birmingham aren't having the greatest of seasons, but I didn't expect them to capitulate like this. Britain now has been beaten. Lecco! Oh my God, Birmingham are right back in the game. Devine then goes out wide. And if we play the right ball back into Devine. Devine again. Oh, he's making so many problems in there. Devine keeps it. Gets it across Nelson. Oh, he's put it wide. I think it was deflected. We may have the lead here, but it's a slender one. No matter how many chances you have, Kaminsky holds that. It's only a slender one as we're going at half-time. Here come Birmingham. Oh, that's lovely, Reggie Cannon. Oh, gets it away as well, but Tyrese Dolan can't keep hold of it. And they're putting bodies forward. I've made the mistake. Oh my God, he's dragged it wide. We get lucky. Well, Colwell is absolutely knackered. I'm going to have to bring on Carter and just hope that we can hold on now, because it does feel like it's getting to that stage of the game where I'm like, I just need to hold on to this result. We'll get that one in tonight. Right across then to Amad Diallo. Diallo then into Tyrese Campbell. Oh my God, if he finishes that, what a goal. Amad just wants to run at people. He really does. Amad Diallo now. Amad Diallo. Back across. That's lovely. Dolan. Oh, he's just gone beyond the post. Don't know why that feels lucky that we've won this one 2-1. I think just because Birmingham had a few chances, but so did we. That Dolan chance right at the end as well. Maybe he should have made it 3-1, but that's a good result. Southampton won again, though, and I just feel like Southampton now will have that burst of energy. Bournemouth are keeping pace with us as well. It was QPR up next, and the most we could muster was a 2-2 draw. Even though they had a man sent off towards the end of the game, we went 2 goals up and capitulated. It was Peterborough after that, though, and luckily we managed to bounce back with a victory. Callum Grant, Travis and Colwell with the goals. I've been noticing that we are struggling a little bit when it comes to just having anybody else up top. We only really have Grant and Campbell, and I think it's time to promote Harold Knudsen into the first team. Now, I don't know if it's Knudsen or Knudsen. Kind of thinking like Viking, so that's just my mindset. This guy's pretty quick. He kind of suits my style of play. Now, the reason we're choosing him over Jens Dahl is just the age. I think Jens Dahl can have a little bit longer here in the youth system and still improve quite a lot. I'd like to kind of promote him once he hits, say, 70 overall. Only the second youth team player now to be called up. But I'm just noticing that Campbell and Grant are tired all the time. If Campbell's starting, it's because Grant is knackered. And if Grant's starting, it's because Campbell's knackered, which means I've got no striker on the bench. I've just received an email from Manchester United about Diallo's appearances, so we need to play him every single game now. You didn't get one about Spence. They're okay with Spence at the minute. None of these from Chile here, though, look good. That was a poor set of youth players, but now it's the Carabao Cup again, and we're actually going to play this one in the snow against Crystal Palace. I feel like we've reached this stage of the cup. Why not? Knudsen or Knudsen? We don't know how to say that one yet. I'm going to let you guys in the comments help me with that one a little bit. Mad Diallo, of course, starting. Need him to start every game. We're going to keep Spence on the pitch as well, just to keep him happy. We could really do with Cowell getting back as well. You know, this level of football makes it super difficult because you just play so many games. It's extremely hard. We're going to start Rudd as well in this one today. This is a really strong Palace team as well. I got a little sneaky feeling that they'll give me more problems than Arsenal actually did. Teta, we'll play that one out wide. There's one thing I've noticed. There's no Wilfred Zaha, so I don't know where he's gone, but I wonder where he's actually playing his football at the minute. But with no Wilf Zaha, What problems will they cause me? Elise, Decore, that's surely one. I mean, that's what problems they'll cause me. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this at the minute, but that little tiki-taka from teams in the box is probably the way I concede goals the most. It's like they'll just always have like an extra man, an extra body, which makes it like impossible to mark. They'll always be guaranteed like a shot on goal. I've noticed I do kind of concede them the most, so winning the football back is quite important, because if I find myself in that situation, that is awful, Wharton. But he does go and win it back, thank God. But that's the situation I tend to concede in, when they end up out wide and then just start passing it to the middle, then in, to the middle, then in. It just seems to work perfectly for them. Here come Crystal Palace again, and boy, are they causing me issues at the minute. Diallo tries to get that one over Spence. He wants to be a Premier League player, Edouard. That is great from Reggie Cannon. If I didn't win that, that's another goal. So far, 22 minutes in, we've done nothing. The midfield has been poor. My defense is being caught out with this ridiculously strong attack that they've got. Yeah, it's not looking promising at the minute. Oh, that's lovely. Because Amad Diallo can find Campbell. Oh, he's got to score it. What a save, Galini. That's got to be 1-1. You know it's got to be 1-1. If you don't make it 1-1 there, you're not going to stand a chance in this game. That's a good corner. Oh, what a save, Galini. Sorry now. He's always going to lose out. Would get to that. Oh, anyone get to that? We don't. Do we keep it? We don't. I mean, it's bouncing about all over the place. The snow is, without a shadow of a doubt, having an impact. Mateta, oh, he's made it 2-0. We've played fantastically. I think all we're seeing here is that Crystal Palace are a Premiership side. That ball could have bounced anywhere. The snow has not helped. Jean-Philippe Mateta. This is a side we'll probably play next season. Capitalises. Maybe he shouldn't have brought Kaminsky out. I don't know what Kaminsky's dive was either. It was a bit, I don't know. It was a bit weird. We have another half of football to go. There is always potentially, if we get one, we can go on and make a game out of this. But I don't know how long we'll play this second half with Campbell up top. I think Hudson will come on pretty soon. Just give him the opportunity. Elise. I mean, the biggest issue for me is this Palace front line. Great dribblers. Oh my God, and great passers. Surely Mateta was off there, though. Thank God. Oh, is this an opportunity? It is. Campbell is in. A goal here. Oh, my God. It's game on. Unbelievable. There's still time in this. We're kind of showing right now that we will always fight for results. And Tyrese Campbell has had a good time since he's been at this club. Mateta now has been ridiculous to play against. Oh, God. He's hit the post. Oh, of course, it hits the post. Lands perfectly to Hughes, of course. And it's 3-1. And for me, that's game over. We had our chance to get through. They've restored the result instantly. I don't know why I've just brought Knudsen on for Reece Nelson. Is that pace that's a problem for me? Now, Campbell is not going to... Like, this isn't how we're going to line up. Knudsen is going to go up top. And I might play Devine on the left, because I know he can play out there. I think that'll be the move we do. Got a lot more 65 to 67 overalls in the team now, but it's fine. We know we're out. Let's just give these boys the opportunity. Devine out wide is an interesting one. Rudd. Mine's Knudsen. Knudsen waits, and he's going to find Diallo. Oh, my God, Knudsen waits. He's going to find Diallo. It's 3-2. I mean, if we do manage to go through now, it's going to be all on the back of these youngsters. I'm mad Diallo doing some bits here. I am loving that. But Knudsen, I mean, hey, that wasn't too bad, was it? He's already giving me the vibe that he's going to have, like, the body weight and just the ability and the shift on the ball. But this is my biggest issue. It's when they're getting it to Elise or Mateta, or just their front three is what's really causing me the issues. Now, I think Wharton's days in the midfield are done. I've tried training him. He isn't really improving. I think we're going to have to go in for another centre mid. We signed Gustavo. We're starting to actually see some good results from Gustavo as well. This is it. Look here. And they start passing the ball back inside like that. That is honestly, I concede that goal so often. They go out wide and then come back in central. I don't know what it is. It just screws me over. We need to work on it. It's 4-2. We kind of thought it was game over anyway. It is now. It was a valiant effort in the cup in the end anyway. But, I mean, we conceded 4 goals. They had 5 shots. So, I mean, and 3 of the goals were basically the exact same goal. Go to the corner, then come central. I proper struggle with Mateta and Elise in that match, though. I mean, that's maybe something to think about. But we've got a championship defence. That game just really gave me clarity. He wasn't happy anyway. At 19, he hasn't progressed a lot. And I don't think he's going to be good enough for us. After defeat to Palace, then we do bounce back with a 3-0 victory against Bristol City. Dolan, Grant and Nelson with the goals. It was Coventry next, the side that we kicked off the season against, and Hamer against his old club scoring, which is just a little bit sad. Campbell missed a penalty as well. And as we head into January, Blackburn Rovers currently, after 28 games played, sit top of the championship with 67 points. We've taken over even more with our points total now. The fact that we've only conceded 15, we've scored 52, which is the best in the league, really just shows that we've managed to build ourselves a championship winning side this season. Now, you never know in the championship, form can drop off. It happens to a lot of sides, but I feel like with the position we're in right now, we're looking strong. This is Brown leaving the club. This was decided a long time ago. It doesn't actually bring us that much money in. It's like 700k. But the window is now open, and I think we need another central midfielder. It does make me think, why aren't we using the youth academy? But the options are very slim in the youth academy for central midfield. Now, either of these two lads could actually be very good players. We just don't know that yet. And then we only have the one CDM, so I'm converting to a centre-back, and already goes up to 64. So really, it would be Marek Wilk, who is pretty decent. I like him, but I think he needs more time. I don't want to play a 61 rated overall. Plus, I want his potential to be more narrowed down. Does mean we're going to have to scour the transfer market a little bit then. I don't even think we want it to be a CDM. I think for CDM, we're pretty comfortable. Although, Mads Bidstrup on a freebie would be fantastic. He's 22 as well. I've only just realized that. I don't even think there's much reason here to be looking at anybody else. The fact that he can cover CDM and CM, and he's a 22-year-old from Denmark. I mean, let's just go for it. Got really good market value as well for the future. Now, I'm pretty sure he played for Brentford, and they do have a lot of midfielders. Let's see if he'll accept rotation. That's important. I'll give him it. He probably will play a lot of games. 4 years, we'll accept that. I actually think this could be just a ridiculous deal. Let me know down below what you think about this one, but Mads has got great experience at this level, I believe, with Brentford. And also might have played a little bit in the Premiership. Who knows? But he's been around those caliber of players. I'm excited to have him on board. And let's not deny the fact that we don't pay a penny here. That makes this even better. He's a freebie and he gives us an A. Future sell-on value is high as well. So, I mean, there's always that. I was looking at other options as freebies as well. I saw Roberto Gagliardini on that list and was like, this guy would be unreal. We're still going to add him to the shortlist, but I don't know. I'm happy with Mads. Some other good news as well, not just a new player coming in, Katie boy is going to be back, and boy do we need him back. As we already know, I'm not that keen on Mark Hamby. I think he stays this season just in case there's more injuries. I would happily have Cade back in the starting 11 permanently. Time now for another cup competition in the FA Cup. We go through, we beat Fleetwood, don't care about the competition, but we win it 1-0, Campbell with a goal. One thing I haven't done so far really is look at the stats, and so far this season, just over halfway. Harris Campbell with 12 goals, 2 assists in 24 appearances. Reece Nelson right behind him this year, and it's been the big year we expected for Reece Nelson. 11 goals and 6 assists. With 1 game less than Campbell, Callum Grant, 9 goals, 1 assist. I'm not too bothered with that. I'm actually quite happy with his performances. Travis is up there with goals. Tyrese Dolan better this season, up by 5. And then it kind of tails off. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with our goal scorers this season. I knew Reece Nelson was going to be very high up there. Well, the transfer offers coming in now. We've got Hayden Carter with a transfer offer. That's from Brentford. Hayden Carter can go now. He's not really had the game time this year. I think it makes sense to let him leave. I've only really ever had to rotate Colwell in the team. He's the only one that loses stamina enough to be rotated. We've got Wharton, who's okay. He can play. Transfer offer here for Adam Wharton as well. We're just going to accept it. I'd like him to leave as quickly as possible. I give him the opportunities. You guys might like him, but he hasn't settled. He hasn't done it for us in the center of the park. And now that we've got Mads on a freebie, it just doesn't make sense to keep him around. Next up, Cardiff then. We're actually going to play this game. I can't remember if I've played them before. I feel like maybe we will have done, but I just want to see how we get on. Really strong lineup. Again, sticking with Diallo and Spence probably for most of January just to make sure they stay, and then we'll go back to rotating accordingly. I don't know why. It should give you, I don't know, more influence on the roles when you're doing the loans. Cardiff won't be easy, I don't think. They're mid-table this season, so they're not having a bad season. They're not by any stretch of the imagination having a good season. Unlike us, we are... I mean, we're on fire so far this season. For the first time, having someone like Bidstrup and Gustavo on the same pitch. I mean, they both play similar roles, and Diallo has to make it 1-0 Blackburn. Them two should win the ball back quite consistently in midfield, though that is inches beyond the post. Diallo. Campbell. Good touch. Good play. Good shot. I mean, how's the keeper saved it? Who knows, but... they're hanging on by a thread right now, Cardiff. I'll tell you something. Bidstrup and Gustavo Hamer in this midfield, well, they're causing big issues. They're both just winning the ball back at will. I'm very much enjoying it. That's an interesting ball out to Nelson. But he can whip good balls in, and Just beyond the post again from Amad Diallo. He'll be kicking himself. A great ball in, and you could just only get a touch on those ones. He does, but it's not in the back of the net. Nice ball in behind to Waters. Colwell letting himself get wrong side there, which is a bit frustrating, but Mads is in there. That's great from him. Neymar wants Diallo. Oh, he's done it brilliantly. This time, surely. Oh, my God. It's just not Amad Diallo's day, is it, in front of goal? Just isn't. The chances have been all his. He has to start scoring them at some stage. That's poor from Spence, but Diallo will be kicking himself at the end of this one if we don't win it. Pickering into Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo's ball wasn't great. Buckley back across. Amad Diallo again. They're all falling to him, and this time it will find the back of the net. 1-0 Blackburn. You couldn't have got any more chances for Amad Diallo in this game, really, without him scoring, because he'd hit his quota of 15 chances without a goal. I'm so glad he finally gets one. It's good build-up. It's a nice ball back across from Reiss Nelson. He still had a lot to do, but it's a good finish. But with Buckley and Tyrese Campbell very tired, we're going to see the two Norwegians come on. We're going to see Rudd and Knudsen up top. Remember, bear in mind in the comments, we've called him Knudsen for this episode, but if you guys say it's supposed to be Knudsen, we will call him that from now on. I just need the information. That Diallo's just got ridiculous pace, just ridiculous footwork. He's so alert to what he's doing. Going to get that one into Rudd. It's going to go into Knudsen. I mean, Knudsen's not bad, is he? That's a good ball in from Diallo. Oh, my God. Imagine that goal from Reiss Nelson there. Unbelievable that would have been. It's been a game of those, though. It's been a game of we need to be finding the back of the net a little bit more because at this stage, they're only a goal away. Oh, he won it back with Mads, though. Knudsen. Reiss Nelson. Oh, it's game over. Knudsen with his first assist for Blackburn Rovers. And Reiss Nelson has been so bloody good this season. He's the reason why. Honestly, boys, let's be honest. We don't need to do a vote. There's going to need to be no conversation at the end of this season had by any of us. Player of the season is most likely Reiss Nelson. Because if he continues like this, he's going to be the reason we get promoted. That's another goal for him. Great from Knudsen. Good finish. Well, thanks to those two second-half goals by the boys, it does mean that Blackburn Rovers are still top of this league. 70 points. So we do have a nice gap. We got a 7-point gap between ourselves and Bournemouth now. And I mean, we just need to keep on going. Keep on doing what we are doing. We're 29 games in at this stage. If we can continue this for at least another 10 games, pretty sure we'll be automatically promoted. And that's what we all want. That's going to be it for this episode. We're going to have the second half of January now in the next episode. Do we do any more business? I don't know. I'm really happy with the squad. I'm happy with the young players coming through as well. And more of them involved in the team is huge for me. Some customization as well. If you think they need different boots and so on and so forth, let me know. But that's this one in the books, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you all. We continue to grow, and I will see you in the next episode.